The shield hero is still shielding, but now the hero turtle has to fight a spirit turtle. Let's talk about the Rising of Shield Hero Season 2. Hey everyone, this is David Stark from Watcher Pass, and today I'm going to talk to you about Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2, Episode 1. It's finally here. Season 2 is finally here, and we get to see what the Shield Hero does this season. And apparently it's a very different set of circumstances than last season. So I've only watched the first episode, so it still feels like it's laying the groundwork. But my hot take is I didn't love it as much, but I think that's probably just because I wanted to go right back into the action, and this feels like a very groundwork episode. You still have all the characters you love, you still have the shield hero, you still have them trying to get stronger, but now they're trying to introduce this new foe. So a lot of this episode specifically is meeting the new characters, reestablishing who they are, and then finding out about this new foe. So there isn't a ton of growth here. There isn't a ton of shield hero type insights. But you know what? It's the first episode. I'm going to keep watching it. I just didn't love this first one. But you know what? I'm sure as the season goes, I will get more into it. I love Rise of the Shield Hero Season 1. I thought that it was just such a different anime that had a lot of the tropes that you would expect, but then kind of turned them on their head. And I really liked the main characters. So I'm really excited to see where they go this season. But I'm going to tell you a little more about this episode and a few things I liked and a few things I didn't like. In Rising the Shield Hero Season 2, Episode 1, titled A New Roar, we're reintroduced to all of our favorite characters. You have Naofumi, you have Raphtalia, you've got Filo, and you have Rishia, who was introduced later on in the last season, and you get to kind of see them all again. They're all basically doing the same thing, but now we have this new foe. So early on, they are kind of waiting for the countdown timer for the newest event, the newest wave to happen, but a cloud of like bats with tortoise shells attack them. So they have to fight these new characters, and when the shield hero absorbs the bat, he finds out it's a bat familiar and tries to learn more about what's happening. Eventually the queen calls all the heroes together. Finally there's this new enemy, this Spirit Tortoise, that's trying to attack the realm, and the other shield hero or the other heroes are like, you know what, that's not my problem. I came here to fight waves. I don't care. But the shield hero, because he's a good guy and because he knows that people are going to get hurt because this Spirit Tortoise is sending waves of enemies into this world, he says, you know what, I'll try to fight. So he backs up his followers and they go off to the front line to try to fight the Spirit Tortoise. So things I liked about this episode. The first, hey, look, everyone's back. I've already mentioned I love this anime. I like seeing all these characters again. I like being in this world. It's been a while. I feel like season 1 ended like 2 years ago. I feel like I've been waiting for this for a very long time. It might not have been that, but maybe it has. But I'm just happy that we have everyone back and to kind of go on this journey with these characters. Second thing I loved is that the shield hero is still like the same person. He still hasn't changed. He's still going to help people. He still is going to go out of his way, and he still gets no respect. So I imagine there will be some more growth this season, but it feels very comfortable. It feels like he hasn't changed, which I liked. The third thing I liked is, you know what, there's a new threat, which at first I was kind of a little miffed because, hey, you know what, the waves were exciting. They were fun. They were always building for that. This new threat is not going to be as, I don't know, like clockwork. It's not going to be as predictable as the waves, but you know what? I'm excited to see where it goes. And I imagine the great tortoise, or the Spirit Tortoise, and the shield hero are going to have some sort of connection because they both have kind of like a protection element to them. But we'll find out. And the last thing I liked is the end song. It's a new Mad Kid song. I really like the opening of season 1. The first half, that's one of my favorite anime songs. And so now we have a new one. And I'm glad that they kind of went with Mad Kid still, because they've been doing all their other openings and closings, so I'm glad that they're back for this. I really like their sound, and hey, I'm excited to hear more from them. So things I didn't love as much, like I already mentioned, this feels like a setup episode. It feels like they are just establishing the characters and the new threat. I'm sure it'll get more exciting. I'm sure it'll be more interesting later on, but right now it does feel like not a lot of new information was introduced other than that there's this new tourist threat. The second thing I didn't love is, I guess, some of the language that was used. Rishia, who is a follower that used to be, I think, the Bow Hero's follower, but he pushed her out because she was too weak, and the shield hero, because he's the shield hero, took her in and is trying to like help her out and make her be strong. And it's kind of annoying because all she talks about is the Bow Hero and like how she wants to become strong and, you know, impress him. But it's okay, that's her character. But what happens in this episode is she still feels too weak, and she doesn't feel prepared to go out to fight the Spirit Tortoise. So Raphtalia suggests to her that she should become, and this is the words that they use in the subtitles, the shield hero slave, because Raphtalia was the shield hero slave before. And so she thinks that by becoming that, that Rishia will become stronger. You know, she'll be more linked to the shield hero. She'll be able to share his power, and also probably he'll be able to kind of make her push herself more because she's having trouble pushing herself. So I'm okay with that whole setup. It's interesting. I just didn't love that the subtitles used the word slave. I think that they could have picked another word. And I know that it's probably the Japanese translation, so that is probably the most accurate word. But I feel like when you're adapting for another culture, you should pick the subtitles carefully if there is a word that is charged. And so I think they could have used servant, they could have used like devotee. I mean, there could have been another word that they could have used. And it was kind of weird to see that on screen. I'm sure that they used it in Shield Hero season 1 and I just didn't notice it, but seeing it this time, I didn't love that. I feel like they could have just substituted with another word and it would have been fine. Another thing I didn't love is there's no new opening song. I'm sure it'll be in the second episode. Just this episode didn't have an opening. But I was waiting to hear that new Mad Kid song. I wanted to hear what direction they went. I really loved both of the Mad Kid opening songs. I liked the season 1 first half opening more than the season 1 second half opening. I still like them both. I wanted to hear a new one here, but you didn't get it. So I'm sure it'll be there in episode 2. So that's Rise of the Shield Hero season 2, episode 1, New Roar. It's coming to Crunchyroll today, April 6, 2022. You can check it out on Crunchyroll. You have to have premium for it. I think it drops down to the free tier in like a week or two, but right now you have to have premium. Definitely check it out. And if you haven't seen Shield Hero season 1 yet, you should go watch that because there's a lot of characters and information that's established there. There's no recap here. It just kind of throws you right in. So definitely go back and watch the first season if you haven't seen it, and then start watching the second season. So thanks so much for watching. If you liked this review, please like and subscribe to this channel. So I'm going to try to keep doing this throughout season 2. Every new episode, I'll try to have some sort of recap thoughts about it. And, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Love to hear what I got wrong. I'd love to hear what you thought about this. I haven't read the manga, so I'm sure that there's some answers in the manga that are already there. I'm just going to watch the series and see what happens in the series. Feel free to drop your thoughts. Feel free to drop your comments, and I'd love to hear them. And thanks so much for watching.